Sarah rides the train to work every morning. She has no idea the tunnel she's in was built in 1910. She doesn't know salt is eating it from the inside. She doesn't know that tomorrow it could fail. And when it does, her train stops. So do millions of others. Half of America's trains just stop. Could we build new tunnels before these old ones finally give up? Actually, there's a problem under the Hudson River, and most people have no idea it exists. 2 tunnels sit deep beneath the water. They opened in 1910. That's 116 years ago. Back then, people called them engineering miracles. But today, they're the most important rail crossing in America. Every train traveling between Washington, D.C. and Boston must pass through these 2 tunnels. There's no other way, no backup, no second choice. And they're breaking down. 2 out of every 3 days, something goes wrong. A simple 35-minute trip suddenly takes 50 minutes. Sometimes trains just stop, leaving thousands of people stuck. About $1.2 trillion in business depends on these tunnels built before World War I. The federal government finally approved $12 billion to fix this. It's one of the largest transportation projects in American history. But here's the problem. You can't just close these tunnels to fix them. Too many people need them. So engineers must build completely new tunnels while the old ones keep running 24 hours a day. And the ground under the river is not solid rock. Parts are so soft that engineers call it chocolate pudding. To understand why this matters, look at the bigger picture. There's a 457-mile stretch connecting Washington, Philadelphia, New York, and Boston. This corridor creates about 20% of all the money made in America. The Hudson River sits right in the middle. To cross it, every single train uses those 2 tunnels. 1 track in, 1 track out. That's it. It's a massive weak point. Train lines heading to Miami, Chicago, and New Orleans all pass through here. If these tunnels shut down, trains across half the country stop moving. There's no other route, none. For over 100 years, these tunnels worked fine. They had problems, but they did their job. Nobody thought about building backups until everything changed. October 2012, Hurricane Sandy hit. 13 million gallons of salt water rushed into both tunnels. Engineers pumped the water out within days. Problem solved, right? Wrong. The salt stayed behind, soaked into the concrete and steel. Salt destroys concrete and metal, slowly but surely. Chloride from that salt water has been eating the tunnel walls every day for 13 years. The tunnels are rotting from the inside. Workers patch holes at night when fewer trains run, but it's temporary, like putting bandages on a broken bone. It helps now, but doesn't fix the real problem. To truly fix them, both tunnels would need to close for several years. That's impossible. Millions of people need these tunnels. The economy can't survive without them. Can't fix them without closing them. Can't close them without disaster. The only answer, build new tunnels first. This isn't even the first try. Back in the 2000s, a project called ARC was supposed to build new tunnels. It started. Money was approved. Work began. Then, in 2010, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie canceled it. Just stopped everything. They started fresh with a new plan called Gateway, but it got stuck in political fights during the Trump administration. Years passed with nothing happening. By the time funding finally got approved in 2021, we'd lost 10 whole years. The cost jumped from $8 billion to $16 billion, but at least now it's moving forward. The plan sounds simple. Build 2 brand new tunnels under the Hudson while the old ones keep working. When new tunnels open in 2035, move all trains to them, then fix the old tunnels. By 2038, there will be 4 working tunnels, double the capacity, real backup, finally. But doing it? That's incredibly hard. The route starts in North Bergen, New Jersey. Giant tunnel boring machines must cut through 1 mile of solid rock. Then they go down 275 feet deep to travel under the river for 2.5 miles. On the Manhattan side, they connect to Penn Station. Each tunnel is 25 feet wide, big enough for trains, emergency walkways, and air systems. Every 750 feet, passages connect the 2 tunnels so people can escape in emergencies. Everything is designed to survive another Hurricane Sandy. Flood protection, fireproof materials, backup power. Sounds perfect, right? Not quite. There's one massive problem. The Hudson riverbed isn't solid. Engineers call parts of it chocolate pudding because it's so soft. If you dig through that with heavy machines, equipment can sink. Tunnel walls can collapse. So before digging, they must make the ground solid. They're building a 600-foot temporary dam in the river. then pumping cement and water into the riverbed to harden it. It's called deep soil mixing. Very complicated. And here's the annoying part. They can only work certain months because the Hudson has Atlantic sturgeon fish. Federal laws stop construction during their migration. The team gets short windows to work. They must stop every year for the fish. The ground won't be ready until March 2027. While the riverbed hardens, 2 custom-built tunnel boring machines are coming. Each weighs 1,680 tons. They're 500 feet long. Massive machines. Parts are being shipped to New Jersey now, but they can't start until the riverbed is stable. By spring 2026, the first machine begins cutting. The second starts in summer, then 2 years of steady work. These machines chew through that mile of hard rock, then switch to pressurized shield tunneling for the soft riverbed. They move about 30 feet per day, digging 1,250 cubic yards of rock while installing concrete walls. It's slow, it's careful, it must be perfect. When digging wraps up in late 2027, the tricky work begins. They must thread new tunnels through a maze of infrastructure in Manhattan, subway lines, building foundations, utility tunnels, everything, and connect to Penn Station without stopping old tunnels running 24 trains every hour. It's like doing heart surgery on someone running a marathon. By October 2029, the tunnel structure should be connected. Then, from 2030 to 2035, they install systems, air fans, fireproof doors, floodproof electrical systems. If everything goes right, the first passenger train rolls through in 2035. Now, let's talk money. At about $6.6 billion per mile, this is one of the most expensive rail projects on Earth. Similar tunnels in Europe or Asia often cost 30 to 50% less. Why so expensive? Part is location. Building in one of the most crowded cities is harder. Workers cost more. Regulations are stricter. Part is the decade lost to politics. Every delay meant higher costs, inflation, new requirements, more expensive materials, and part is coordination. This involves 2 state governments, Amtrak, New Jersey Transit, the Port Authority, and multiple federal agencies. Getting everyone to agree has been a nightmare. Someone called it herding cats. What does $16 billion buy? For daily riders, it buys peace of mind. No more surprise delays from a 115-year-old tunnel breaking. It's creating 95,000 jobs. At peak, that's $80 million monthly in wages and materials. Because of Buy America laws, steel and machines are made in the U.S. But here's what people don't mention. These new tunnels connect to Penn Station, also built in 1910 and barely changed since. It's like building a massive highway that dumps into a tiny parking lot. Until Penn Station expands, which is unfunded, we won't get many more trains, just more reliable ones. Where does this leave us in January 2026? We're looking at a 12-year project. Heavy tunneling through 2027. New tunnels open 2035. By 2038, all 4 tunnels work. But this isn't alone. They're also building the Portal North Bridge, fixing sawtooth bridges, doing surgery on the entire Northeast rail system while it runs at full speed. We're racing a 9-year schedule against concrete falling apart since 2012. The money is approved. The machines are here. We've gone too far to turn back. For 116 years, 2 narrow tunnels carried the weight of the American economy. Now the race has begun. Engineers are betting everything they can finish in time before something catastrophic happens, before the tunnels give up. The trains still run every day. The salt still eats the walls. And somewhere beneath the Hudson River, workers are digging as fast as they safely can. Time will tell if we make it. What do you think? Let me know in the comments and subscribe to our channel for more amazing videos.